I think it's pretty safe to say that if we look back at the Skywalker saga, especially the Disney Star Wars trilogy, ranging from The Force Awakens all the way up until The Rise of Skywalker, is that there's a lot of fans who are very unhappy with Star Wars and exactly how Disney approached the sequel trilogy. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about the future of the Star Wars franchise is that currently Disney and Lucasfilm are developing their brand new universe, as well as their new trilogy of films, and also books, novels, and comics that are going to provide many different retcons to The Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi. So a lot of work is being done for this new expanded universe, and I'm sure a lot of you, in fact, a majority of you guys out there, have heard about the new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, who is really making a big difference with Star Wars as we speak, moving forward into the future throughout this decade. Now, the thing about The Rise of Skywalker is that this movie wasn't quite as bad as The Last Jedi when I'm talking about the criticism that it received. The Last Jedi is the very movie that really kind of created the divide, and The Rise of Skywalker, as far as I could tell, didn't really create a bigger divide per se. It's just that it was expected that it wasn't going to completely satisfy a lot of the fans that had an issue with Episode 8. So, some fans out there love this movie, some fans absolutely hate this movie, and I am one of those who would actually say that this movie in particular really is like an emotional roller coaster. I love some scenes, I hate some scenes, etc. Now, what's really intriguing is that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. It's noted that one of the major plans by Disney and Lucasfilm is to create a better future for Star Wars in order to reunite the fans, and that they have a plan in place in order to also bring back Star Wars Legends. However, it's noted that the new Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, wants to fire Kathleen Kennedy and let her go as head of Lucasfilm as soon as possible, if he can, before he comes to a final decision on a candidate to take over as president of Lucasfilm. It's explained that Chapek, while he is making his slow transition, is said to have 3 candidates to take over as head of Lucasfilm, and is looking for somebody that can handle both the creative and business end properly, and in a respectful manner for the company and for the Star Wars community. Now, it's noted that Chapek has 3 candidates that are currently unknown, but it's safe to say that at least one of them could possibly be Jon Favreau, given that Bob Iger, the previous CEO, stated that he saw a lot of George Lucas within Favreau, and since Favreau is also a producer, it would only make sense. It's explained that Bob Chapek realizes that Kathleen Kennedy created a divide between fans, primarily from The Last Jedi, and wants to make things right not just for business, but also for the Star Wars fans, and how it would actually also drive more fans over to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and more. It's noted that Chapek is hard at work on developing the new Star Wars universe as we speak. So, Kathleen Kennedy, like I say, the fact that Chapek has 3 candidates on board to take over as president of Lucasfilm. We do know that, of course, Kathleen Kennedy has said before in the past that she's not quite sure if she's going to continue with Star Wars or how long she's going to be around. She would never really give the fans a direct answer when she was at the premiere of Episode 9. So, Chapek, the fact that he wants to fire Kathleen Kennedy, but is undecided between 3 different candidates on specifically who could handle both the business and, of course, and both the creative end of things for Star Wars. Now, like I've said before in the past, Jon Favreau would be the perfect replacement for Kathleen Kennedy. It would be the perfect way to do things because not only is he a producer, he's also very much in tune with Star Wars Legends. He knows exactly how Star Wars works. It's why The Mandalorian was so successful, is because Kathleen Kennedy was barely in touch with the creative choices for that. So that's one good thing about that. So Jon Favreau, I think, obviously would be a proper replacement to take over as Kathleen Kennedy's role here. Now, Bob Chapek. Let's talk about Chapek. Now, we do know that Chapek is really pretty much goal-driven at this point to really kind of create his own legacy with Star Wars, right? Not just with Star Wars, but also with Marvel. Changes are being made over at Marvel as well. Once Chapek is fully on board, a lot of that will be implemented into the MCU. So, as far as this new SWU, the Star Wars universe, goes, everything that comes after the Rise of Skywalker is going to be a new era of Star Wars, essentially. Everything's going to have a different tone. Everything's going to have a different feel. Though Kathleen Kennedy is not fired as of yet, Bob Chapek wants to fire her, between, of course, choosing 3 different candidates as we speak. So, like I said, guys, I mean, I would really like to hear what each and every one of you have to say about this below in the comments. Everything related to Kathleen Kennedy's performance as, you know, a leader over at Lucasfilm, ranging all the way over to her creative differences. Let me know what you think about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.